He had only taken a bath in the ice-cold lake at -30 degrees, but unexpectedly, he caught several big fish afterward. Just as he was happily preparing to return and enjoy a feast, he noticed a black briefcase lying not far away. Sensing something unusual, he hurried over to check and was stunned to find that the briefcase contained a whopping $2 million. Even more astonishing, beneath the ice lay a submerged airplane. Although he knew that taking the money might bring disaster, there was no way he could leave it behind. He quickly carried the cash back to the camp, planning to escape with it early the next morning. What he didn't anticipate, however, was that at dawn, he ran into police patrolling the ice lake. Seeing his anxious demeanor, the female officer became suspicious and asked him a few questions.
You been fishing?
A couple of walleye, perch.
At that moment, she noticed the black briefcase. Opening it, she was completely
What the fuck
dumbfounded.
is this?
Under the ice.
But just as she was about to take Jack in for investigation, an SUV suddenly drove up and several armed men jumped out.
I think you got something, boys.
Before the female officer could react, the leader raised his gun.
Where's the rest of it?
There's more.
Seeing that her life was in immediate danger, Jack charged forward recklessly. A fierce gunfight broke out. Amid the chaos, the officer rushed into the SUV, trying to drive away, and Jack quickly jumped onto the truck bed to escape. The female gang member, however, was determined not to let them go. Since Jack already knew the secret beneath the ice, she was intent on taking him down. Jack had no choice but to fight her hand to hand. And finally, with a single kick, he sent her along with the briefcase plunging into the icy water. Seeing Jack and the others escape, the gang leader flew into a rage and immediately ordered a chase. Jack and the officer were the only witnesses who knew the location of the crashed plane. The cash in the briefcase had originally been stolen from a drug lord by this gang, who planned to transport it by plane, but the aircraft had crashed into the ice lake. Inside the wrecked plane were a dozen more cases, each containing $2 million. To prevent retaliation from the gang, the officer immediately called for backup over the radio and drove off the ice. Unexpectedly, however, the car broke down at the worst possible moment, forcing them to flee on foot. To stop Jack from escaping, the officer had tied his hands with a rope. Soon the gang caught up to their stranded police car, but when they arrived, the car was empty. Before they could even react, the ice beneath them suddenly cracked.